we're just going to get this show started. Hey guys, welcome back to episode 4 of Disciplined Habits, a podcast. And today I'm here with somebody who is a super sweet person that I have in my life, Olivia Falcucci. Introduce yourself to the listeners.
Hello, I'm Olivia. Jess and I have been friends since like sophomore year. We're both in PBL together, same pledge class. I remember I was following you behind during the first letter, and then I was like, we're going to stick together because I have no idea what I'm doing. And yeah, so I'm a senior now, marketing major from Hershey, Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's a quick sum.
So, Olivia, tell me, do you have any goals specifically that you are working towards currently?
A big goal was literally to be more like Jess.
Oh my goodness.
That's what me, like Ashley and Skylar, we've been trying to do. So I'm just like,
Stop.
really just like trying to eat healthier and like get on my grind, because I have always been really bad with like procrastinating, just being like not lazy per se, but like it'll take me forever to get around to doing anything, or I'll push off going to the gym, or I'll just like eat so like not horribly, but just not the best because I'm lazy to like go out and make a good meal. But
that happens.
So then this semester especially, I've like been trying to wake up at like 8. So like a soft Jess, not 5 a.m. But like waking up at 8, having a nice like hour in the morning to like get ready, eat, and then like start doing homework.
Yeah.
Get ahead for the week and like going to the gym, and then my lunches are like pretty consistent. I'll like always eat like a salad with like tofu.
Yeah.
Love tofu. It's a new
Tofu is really good.
thing I'm liking, and it's so easy to make for lunch.
Yeah, I've never personally made it, but I've gotten it at Roots downtown. That's where I've gotten
I love Roots.
it. So that's great. I'm honored that you guys are looking up to me. That is so cute and great to hear about. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. But so that's great. I love hearing that, and I hope that my TikToks and all my other socials are inspiring to you to go do all the things. You kind of said about your disciplined habits that you're kind of working on right now. What is like one specifically that you think that you're really working on?
Yeah, I think it is going to the gym more. I was been really good about it this past like month and a half.
Good job.
And I think also because of dancing, I knew I was like, I need to be in shape, which definitely paid off throughout the weekend.
Yes, that's awesome.
But doing that, because I just feel so much better.
Yeah.
Like, I feel good. And then when I do, like, have my hot Cheetos at night, I feel good about it, because I'm like, you know what? I worked it off this morning.
Yes.
So it's really okay.
Yes.
So that's really a big one. And, like, getting up early helps a lot, too. Because you have so many hours.
Yeah, to do all the things.
And then today I woke up at noon, so.
Yeah, which that's okay.
It's going really well.
It's okay. Everything in moderation. It's fine.
Yes.
So guys, speaking of, Olivia was a dancer this past weekend, and she absolutely killed it. Literally, she did so amazing. I was able to support her a couple of times down on the floor and be there for her and cheer her on and do all the things. So super proud of you for that, and everything that you did to go towards childhood cancer, which if any of my listeners are not familiar with THON is, Olivia, do you want to tell them like a brief summary of what THON is here at Penn State?
Yeah, so THON, to give the full professional spiel, is this world's largest student-run philanthropy organization that works to raise awareness and raise millions of dollars for funding for research for childhood cancer, and also for the support for children and families affected by it. So it's specifically, I'm pretty sure, within just Pennsylvania and at the Penn State Hershey Medical Center down in Hershey, Pennsylvania. So if you have a child with cancer, you can become a THON family in that nation. And basically what we do helps pay for every single medical bill, all of the music, like the therapies, the housing, where if you're not from the area and you need to come down and move everyone, like they pay for your housing, your gas, your food, literally anything that you think a family would need to be supported going through this like horrible process of having to deal with your child having cancer. That's what the Four Diamonds Fund raises money for. So families truly do not see a bill, and it's amazing because you already are so worried about getting your child back to health. You don't want to have to be worrying about the finances, like how am I going to pay for this next medical bill? How am I going to pay for my other kids like meals or school or, you know, the roof over your head? So it really just relieves such a huge stress where the parents can just focus on getting their child back to health. So it really is such an amazing organization. And THON, so that's the Four Diamonds, and THON is the organization at Penn State that raises money for the Four Diamonds. So it's like two things in one almost. So
yes,
students are working year round. You can be involved in a committee, like, you know, volunteering during the 46 hours, or you're a dancer, or you can be in an organization at Penn State that just helps raise money. And, you know, you can come support during THON weekend. And then all the efforts go for this past weekend that we had, which is THON. It's 46 hours of no sitting, no sleeping if you're dancing, or really anyone there. So it's all at the Bryce Jordan Center, and everything, pretty much the whole town just like shuts down for the weekend because everyone's so focused on THON.
Yep.
So the dancers are there. We're on the floor for 46 hours. We have the Dancer Relations Committee, which is one of the THON committees. They're there to support you, make sure you're eating, stretching, know what's going on, keeping you alive. And then if you're in the stands, it's like with an organization. So she was in the stands with PBL. They're just there to, you know, support the dancers, support the cause. And it's really amazing to see how the students just come together for the weekend for something so much greater than ourselves.
Yeah, it's literally incredible. And so I grew up in State College, as some of you may know. And as a kid, like, that was just something fun that we would go and do. Like, we didn't stay for very long because we were kids. We obviously like didn't have an organization to be like a part of, but it was just a little thing in the town that people would just go to support the dancers, just the whole entire cause, like donate, do all of the things to support these families and children that are affected by childhood cancer. So it's truly an incredible thing. And yeah, it's just unreal. Like, when you're there, you feel all kinds of emotions.
Yeah.
There's happy, sad, tired, obviously. But ultimately, it is just like a magical and life-changing experience. So, like I said, I was down on the floor a couple times supporting Olivia while she was dancing, because she was there the entire 46 hours, no sitting, no sleeping, no showering, doing
Stanky.
yes, not being so clean, but that's all right because it's for a good cause. And so I was there a couple times supporting her, and towards the end of the weekend, it was like, I think it was 5 to 6 a.m. on Sunday. So this is like the very end. I had like a scheduled pass to go be down with Olivia. And I'm not going to lie, Olivia, you're acting a little silly. But that's just because her brain was like moving at half the pace that it normally does. I swear, she handed me 2 pairs of pants. And then 30 minutes goes by and we still were in the same spot debating like what we were going to put on. And I was like, whatever, like, do you need help? Like, how can I help you? And I was being non-judgmental because I was like, I have no idea what you're thinking right now. But it was just
Nothing.
You and Dana together. It was just like, wow, this is so wild.
Literally no thoughts were in our brains. Like, this was probably like hour 40.
Yeah.
So we've just, like, even if you've like ever like had a super long day where you feel like your brain is just not working, imagine that times 10.
Yeah.
It was, I've never felt so stupid in my life because we couldn't come up with a plan. We were just, there was like, they had something called THON salon. So they would wash your hair. So it was a nice way to get off your feet. You like lean over a chair and they wash your hair. So it just really refreshes you, wakes you up. It feels amazing, especially like when you're like, you feel gross because you haven't showered. You're in the BJC air, which is like
dry.
Like thousands of students
So
breathing.
many students.
It's gross.
Yeah.
So it really wakes you up. So we were trying to do that. And then the athletic training also had ice baths for your feet. So we're just doing anything to like wake us up and keep us going. So we're trying to figure out, we're like, okay, we're going to do that. And then like skincare and then ice bath. But then we're like, should we do ice bath before and change after, then ice bath? And this probably could have been done in 5 minutes.
Probably. It could have been done in 5 minutes, but that's okay.
We are literally just standing there looking at our stuff. No thoughts. I'm moving things left to right, handing Jess my clothes. I don't know what I'm doing.
You were like, where's my phone? I was like, I've been holding it the whole time. But, you know, your brain is obviously, like, confused or whatever. I don't even know. But, yeah, that was a really funny thing. And I was, like, not making fun of them, but I was just in my head like, oh, my goodness, you guys are being really funny. It really was a 30-minute process. I only had an hour down there, and I swear we spent like majority of the time.
And I felt so bad. It's like, sorry, Jess, like we could have been doing something much more fun.
Yeah, but it's okay. I was happy to be there because it was a challenging hour of the day towards the end of the weekend. So it was great. Do you have a favorite moment from the whole entire weekend? Because I know there's a lot of really fun and exciting things that happen over the weekend, like concerts and pep rally, and time with the families, obviously. But what's your favorite moment? Tell us about that.
I think it was really cool. So our THON family, they came down for the weekend. Oh, just if you don't know, every organization, if they are able to, you can get a THON family. So basically, there's a family with like a child that has been affected or currently is going through having to deal with having cancer, but your organization can have like host a family almost, and you're just their support. There's a connection to Penn State, so like we've had them come up for some events with PBL. Like they went to a tailgate with us.
Yeah, that was so fun.
It was so fun, and we visited them in their hometown. So it's just a cool way to like show them that like not only do you have the support like financially, but you also have like us, like a second family at Penn State, like supporting them. And it's kind of helps give organizations motivation too, because it's like we are doing this for our family, like for the kids, for our family. So they came to THON, and it was really cool because they were there at the beginning and the end. So it was cool that we stood up with him, and our THON child, and then we got to sit down all together.
Yeah, that's so cute.
It was really cute to be like, yeah, we did this for you. He rang the bell in, I believe, July. So he's been cancer-free for about 6 months now, which is amazing.
Yeah, so amazing.
But yeah, it was just really cool to have that kind of full circle moment.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah, that is like such a really cool thing. Like having him there is so awesome. Okay, so like we said, excuse me, jeez. There's a lot of events that go on during the whole entire weekend, so I just wanted to know, like, what exactly happens, Olivia? Tell them.
So, a lot. And
a lot,
the thing is, I will look back and be like, I can't believe I just spent 46 hours. Like, all I did was walk and eat. And it's amazing how fast the time passes. But pretty much, there's a whole bunch of events that they have going on throughout the weekend because they have to keep the dancers, like, stimulated, so there's something to do because like especially like 3-4 a.m. like it can be really easy to have that be a tough hour because like your body's ready to go to sleep, and for the people in the stand, so they're stimulated, even all the people that are visiting. So every hour they do something called the line dance, so it's really just a way to get everyone moving and stretching, and fun way to keep the energy up. So it's just kind of, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like maybe like a 10-minute dance. Maybe less, I don't know. Where it's just like stretching with some easy dance moves. Yeah. And they do like this whole year-end recap of like events that happen. Yeah. Yeah. Pop culture, local, global events that happen, and they make into like some sort of like speak song. Routine. Like routine. I don't know. It's really fun though. I love the line dance. So I told so fun. My DRCMs was like, get me on the floor every time. And it really does wake you up because there's a portion in the middle of the song where it's like a dance break. Yeah. So then it kind of gets everyone up and moving, dancing. Literally the whole entire BJC is going crazy during that time. And it's so cool to see like all the dancers on the floor from my perspective, because whenever I'm mostly in the stands, but seeing like all the dancers on the floor and then everybody in the stands too, just rocking out. So it's so good. Yeah, it's so fun and so cool. So they have that every hour, and then they'll also bring on people on stage, so they have like a little stage on the floor in the shape of like the 4 diamonds. So they have that, and they'll do like a kids talent show. So like the THON kids will come up and they have like a talent show, or they'll do a fashion show. At one point, like 2 of our THON chairs actually got on stage because they did a Bean Boozled challenge. So it was like you spin the wheel and like, okay, is this gonna be like a dirty bandage or pomegranate? Yeah. And poor thing he ate a dirty bandage. Yeah. But so it's like random events like that on stage that just like have something for you to pay attention to. They also have student artists come in and they'll like perform a couple songs, or like there's the dance groups, they'll like do a dance routine. So really just a bunch of random things that happen on the stage throughout the weekend. And then more behind the scenes, they have like silent disco at one point that we did for like 5 minutes. Yeah. In that area, they also had like a playground, so you could play like yard games, the can jam.
Foursquare. I did that a little bit. That was fun.
I love Foursquare.
Yeah. Brought me back to my middle school days.
Oh, yeah. Like jump rope, just like random stuff like that. It's slides of strength every now and then. So it's like they have this mat that they put baby powder on, and you'd slide on it, and you're laying down. So there's some like loopholes they make for the sitting down, but you lay down, and then the operations committee, they like are massaging everyone for like 30 seconds. So it's just a good way to feel like a different sensation and get off your feet. THON salon, like I mentioned, they wash your hair. Yeah. Feels amazing. One of our friends, he went there like 3 times, and he got his head shaved for THON. Yeah. So he's like, I know I don't have hair, but just give me the head massage. Like, I need to wake up and feel the water.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Wait, who was that?
That was Dylan Hauser.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
The passes, like every dancer has scheduled passes and digital passes that you can get out. So it's just gives people not standing, like people in the stands, access to come down and visit you on the floor, because they don't let just anyone come down. So that's really cool. So Jess came down so much. Our other friends, like Miranda. Mm-hmm. Who else came down? About Ashley.
Yeah,
Skylar. Yeah, shout out to you guys.
Yeah, shout out to you guys.
But it's honestly so helpful having like a good group of friends like just coming down constantly, because it passes the time so fast. Yeah. Like there was 1 or 2 hours I think no one was on the floor, and it was the longest hour the whole time. And it was like, it was amazing how much that support makes a difference. They feed you every like 4 hours like cattle.
So fun.
So, like, I can't, like, I don't even remember what I did. Like, it's just the weekend went by. But there's a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Yes. Lots of eating and standing, obviously.
Yeah.
All right. So, Olivia, why 46 hours?
Yeah, this is something my parents also, like, I feel like a lot of parents don't really understand, like, why do you stand and no sleep for 46 hours? Like, what does that do for the cause? And I think one of the big things is it helps to have, like, an event for a big fundraising organization, because it's like you can send a link like, oh, donate to like raise awareness, but if there's no event, people are kind of like, okay, like whatever, there's no like urgency to donate. So I feel like the weekend is more just like to raise awareness and show that it's like this is what all of our efforts have been for, and it's a big way to show the total amount raised. So it's kind of like makes it a full year event, and that there's like an end point to get people to like rush to fundraise, I guess. I don't really know. But then the why, like standing and no sitting, it's kind of, there's a couple ways you can think about it. There's one way it's like, oh, you know, after you're standing for a while, your feet hurt, you're so tired, you're exhausted, and then that's like a parallel to, you know, a child having cancer, like their body's hurt, they're going through chemo, they're also exhausted, they're being put through the ringer. And then back to the dancers, like you have your family and friends coming down on the floor to support you and show that they're there for you. And the parallel is that, you know, you have the children with cancer, they have their families and friends supporting them. The medical staff, they're supporting them, writing them cards and everything. So it's kind of, the whole weekend is like paralleling all the struggles we go through, obviously nowhere near what those children and families are, but it's kind of drawing a parallel to what it's like for those children and families, like dealing with it in the hospital. And the other thought is those kids didn't choose to go through all the pain and struggling that they're going through, but we can. So I chose to do this to myself, and it's just kind of get a glimpse of what they're going through, and it's like it puts everything into perspective almost. Like if
for sure,
like I can't even imagine what those kids are going through, and I'm here struggling about like I'm so tired of waiting in line for 10 minutes to use the bathroom. Like if that's my struggle, I'm really doing okay. Yes. And it really shows how much of an impact you're making, raising $16.9 million this year to help them out and make the most comfortable those kids can be. And like a lot of, my boss told me this actually, there's a lot of cancer for like that had a high mortality rate like back in the 70s. A lot of those cancers are now like pretty curable, like they have 80% like survival rate, and that's because amazing. Of all the work that we do to raise money to support the cancer research, and like putting out new drugs. I was talking to someone and they said they're putting out 2 new drugs like in a clinical trial.
Wow.
Which is insane because apparently it's really hard to even just get one ready because of all the money that needs to go into the research and implementing that. But now there's 2 new drugs coming out soon, so that's just incredible. So like that's where the 16.9 goes to. Like we are helping finding the cure for cancer, so one day we can dance in celebration.
Yes, that is so good, and I'm so glad that you shared that side of it too, like the why 46 hours, because like she said, some people are kind of confused by that, and you explained that very nicely. Thank you, Olivia, for coming out. I texted her earlier this week, and I was like, you want to come on the podcast? And, of course, she said yes, so that's great. So we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so cool. I feel like Alex Earl. Bye.
Bye.